Hey everyone, I wanted to throw this little video together. It might not be the quickest of videos, but it's going to sort of show you what I had to go through to get access to some of these games from Project Egg. Project Egg is the engrossing game gallery. It's a online storefront where you can buy a variety of PC games for formats that were really popular in Japan and not many other places else, from the late earlys into the mid 90s. There are a variety of publishers and software developers on here, many of them that are relatively well known. What makes it sort of interesting is that they do have English support, in so much as they have tried to put together an English storefront. You'll even sort of see that it's not quite as full featured as the Japanese experience, and the games aren't there aren't quite as many games as there are in the Japanese store, but it seems to be that they've actually taken some of them, as it's been explained to me, and put English language into it. So for many of these games, this is the first time they've ever had any type of English release. Everything is in the almighty yen, so they're going to charge you. They only take PayPal, which is good. And bad, as we'll see in a second or two. The interface itself is kind of bare bones, and it doesn't quite work the way we'd want it to. There are multiple steps to even getting into Project Egg. Project Egg is a subsite for amusementcenter.com. So the first thing you have to do is register for amusementcenter.com. Registering for it is free. Then you can go and sign up for Project Egg, which is not free. Project Egg has a 500 yen per month subscription fee, again, just like Xbox Live would. And then you have the ability to go through and buy games. According to the frequently asked questions, even after I cancel my monthly subscription, which I most likely will, I should still be able to play the games. They just will not offer any support. Funny thing is, they actually do need to offer support, because a lot of things about the site just don't work, and not even just aren't optimal. It's broken. So, as I mentioned, there's a launcher. Again, just like you'd have to download Steam from Valve, there is the Egg launcher. Here we have the Egg launcher. Our instructions in English about how to download and operate it. Very nice. Again, a lot of times when you'll have smaller Japanese software companies, they make no attempts to do things in English, and full credit to Project Egg and D4 who run it for trying to make it as international and as friendly as possible. But when you go to download the launcher, that's right, the file's not there. So as of the recording, as the time of the recording on April 7th, 2017, there is no link to get to the launcher from the English language storefront. I have, however, found a way around it. It basically revolves around buying a game or just getting something into your purchased items. There are a couple games for free. Annoyingly, the launcher will show you some games that were free, but apparently now are gone, and it's actually kind of heartbreaking in a lot of ways. But scrolling through here, you can see that primarily the games are for the MSX, the SG-1000, which would be your Sega. There's Famicom, your different PC variants, and a lot of games are by Compile. Compile. And in fact, most of the Compile games that I've seen were originally released as part of Compile's sort of monthly game magazine on a disc called Disc Station. And you can even find out on archive.org some of the old printouts of Disc Station. So some of these are not even really games. They're just going to be, I hesitate to call them like an experience, but it's like interactive screensaver level purchases for not an insignificant amount of money. So 600 yen, the exchange rate today would be $5, high $5, $6-ish. It's nothing to sneeze at. I've actually gone through and bought some of these games that just looked particularly ridiculous. Some of these games are fantastic, but I won't buy. Metal Slug is a phenomenal game. I own enough copies of Metal Slug, and you can get it for cheaper than $9 and not have this sort of weird DRM site to deal with that you have to pay a monthly fee, or at least pay the $5 fee to get in to buy the game. That being said, in the interest of showing the world how it's done, I'll go ahead and I'll buy another game. I'm going to get Broadway Legend Elena, just because it does look kind of odd. It's an action game, a unique dancing game where your memorizing capacity is the key to success. This will also be a good test of, are these games actually in English? I have my doubts, but let's go and see. So add to cart. So the second item that is broken is when you go to check out, if you're attempting to check out in English, it's going to fail. I don't know why, but it does. So whenever you try to check out, if it's trying to check you out in English, it breaks. So you have to find your way to the checkout in Japanese. And then once you can check out in Japanese, then you can check out. So coming back to this page here, not from inside here, not from up here, but from here, it will then proceed me on in the Japanese language. And just to prove my point, if I try to change to English, it'll crash. But from here, from the Japanese page, I can kind of go through and buy a game. So I can't read any Japanese, but I've bought stuff online before. So that link is to proceed. This link is to confirm. The next page will simply say, hey, you're about to confirm your purchase. Only press this button once. Once I click on this, it'll actually kick me over to PayPal. So as we go to PayPal, I'm going to make sure to blur out some of my personal information because that's no one's business. But as I mentioned, everything is through PayPal. Your monthly fee and the games that you buy piecemeal are all will kick you over to PayPal. Grab our credit card. So what you'll see though is I am being billed in Japanese currency, 648 yen. PayPal will, the first time you come through here, will prompt you. Do you want to use Visa or MasterCard's exchange rates? And then they will simply bill you in Japanese yen, or do you want PayPal to bill you in US dollars and they'll take care of the exchange rate for you? There's probably good arguments either way. I went with having PayPal just convert it and charge me US dollars, primarily because I know that my credit card and my bank assess a 4% fee on non-US transactions. So while I'll have to pay the conversion rate, I'll then get hit with another 4%. I'd rather just pay PayPal. I'm not guessing exactly what the 648 yen will come out to. I just know I'm going to get charged $6.06, and it's done. Your mileage may vary. You pick whatever you're most comfortable with. But it's going to confirm our payment. You can see here it actually is D4, who we'll revisit in another video. And it'll kick us back to Project Egg. So here's my Project Egg page. Okay, right? My page. So going to my page, I'll be able to go to my purchases and the purchase history. And here we can see all the games that I have bought or otherwise own. All right. Nice little laundry list. You'll see a bunch of them are free, a bunch of them I paid for. So before, remember, we couldn't get the launcher installed. If you can at least get to here where you have a game in your page, even if it's a free one of these free ones, you can click and it'll try to launch via ActiveX, or you can click through here. It'll send you to a Japanese page, but you can download the software from here. It will run, and it is also the English version. You'll have a little toggle at the bottom between Japanese and English. There you go. It'll actually launch up the Project Egg launcher. It looks like the Japanese version, but if we look down in the bottom corner, we'll actually see the ability to switch to English. So with that done, you now have the launcher installed, and you can start to explore that the storefront and the ecosystem. Hopefully this was at least informative and got you where you want to go. Check out the other videos to see some of the games that you can get on there and decide whether it's even worth your time, let alone your money. Thanks for watching.